How you gonna gamble if you were in Japan around 2010? I love weird promo videos, and this is a weird promo for a rather obscure Ghostbusters thing, so of course I'm all over it. What I have here is a promo DVD for Ghostbusters Pachinko. Pachinko is kind of like a combo of slots and pinball for the most part. It's also the most popular form of not gambling in Japan. You see, most gambling in Japan isn't legal, however, pachinko machines are still often used for it. They aren't allowed to directly award cash, but you'll get tokens or tickets or something to that effect, and then there'll be some kind of exchange center in the area that'll pay you money for them. But some people do play pachinko more recreationally and just exchange their tokens for arcade-type prizes. However, pachinko addiction is a rather big issue in Japan. Which is why the first screen on this promo DVD is warning you about buying bad strategies to try and win at pachinko. This DVD, of course, didn't originally come with English subtitles, so big thanks to Kaylin for doing the translation subtitling for me. Here we are on the basement set of the worst movie ever created in the universe. Now, probably one of the most interesting things about this game is that we have a 3D animated version of the Ghostbusters with a unique design. Yep, all 3 Ghostbusters. The Chibi Pachinko Ghostbusters are a super interesting thing, but it's beyond ridiculous that Winston is not included here. They even make sure not to show him during footage of the Gozer battle, so that's rather shitty. And this was in 2010. It's insane this pretending Winston wasn't a part of the main team shit was still going on sometimes. That said, the design of the Pachinko Ghostbusters are an interesting blend of the movie and the real Ghostbusters. Their coveralls are all sort of the same color they were in the animated series, but kind of with the saturation ramped up a bit. Also, they made Ray heavier set like he originally was in the show.
I'm definitely the fat one, I know that.
By the way, the Pachinko Ghostbusters even got referenced in the Ghostbusters Get Real comic book. And I'm sure as a nod to the post-Q5 bad seasons of the real Ghostbusters, the leaflet that comes with the DVD has an over-focus on Slimer. Also, the booklet that the DVD came with doesn't actually fit inside the CD-style jewel case it came in, so that's kinda awkward. There are also modes within the game where you just get bombarded by Slimers.
If the show was all Slimer, it's nothing.
This 2010 Ghostbusters Pachinko game was released by Fuji, but this wasn't actually their first Ghostbusters Pachinko game, as in 2001 they had released one based on Extreme Ghostbusters.
全てを一新し、自信を持ってお送りするニューマシン、ゴーストバスターズ! Alright!
The 2001 release of this Extreme Ghostbusters machine is kinda weird when that show came out in 1997, but I guess they used it since it was the most recent incarnation of the franchise at that point.
Ghostbusters! ミドルとは思えない興奮のスペック CR ゴーストバスターズは 319.6 分の1のミドルスペックでありながら一撃約2200発のボーナスや
I love how exciting the specs about this machine are! It's also interesting seeing the anime-style influence on the cutscenes for this game, like with Peter charging up for a proton blast.
78% など興奮はマックスクラス
They even edited shots during the battle with Gozer to make it look like a back-and-forth Dragon Ball Z-esque energy battle. スーパーバスターズラッシュ狙え一撃約2200発スーパーバスターズラッシュ高速消化で続々ゲットだ I am now convinced that I have not truly lived until I achieve a Super Buster's Rush. I guess this is the Ultra Slimer mode, and you have to try and direct balls towards the screen, which helps you catch Slimers and gets you more money, tokens. This door opening animation must have been a transition through scenes for the game, as this video shows it quite a bit. So I guess this is Ghostbusters meets Resident Evil a bit in Pachinko Land. I guess they really predicted Afterlife and Welcome to Raccoon City being released on the same month 11 years later. That's some absolute nonsense garbage trivia that I have to mention, or else someone will tell me I forgot to say it. It's kind of funny them adding their 3D Slimer into movie footage and then having to slow some of the footage down to match things. And you can tell immediately which version of the movie they're using for the Pachinko game, because once the proton beams actually hit Slimer, they get all covered by green. Which is something that specifically happened in the 2005 DVD release of the movie, because for some reason they added a green glow for Slimer and that caused this issue. Now, much like with this promo video, the game seems to have a lot going on all at once. Like, you'll have a slot game going while you're also battling Gozer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and you'd be bouncing some balls around too. Pretty crazy. Almost as crazy as Buster's formation! I guess you go into this Buster's formation mode if you get defeated by a ghost, which slaps a no-ghost logo over the screen and then things go crazy. Well, maybe. I don't know. Max expectations! The impact is unbelievable! Damn it to hell, Potty Mouth Ray!
Ghostbusters! ゾクゾクするような興奮に日本全国が取りつかれる。がっかりの後に訪れる嬉しいサプライズ、モード演出。
Ah, yes! Finally! Mode direction is what I've been waiting for a pachinko machine to finally give me. The hell is that? Honestly, it's kind of hard to understand what some of these modes are exactly. What I gather here is that at the firehouse, if you direct enough balls into a certain area, you get mode selection.
潜伏の期待高まるゴッドゲートゾーンのいずれかにモードチェンジ。バスターズラッシュ！バスターズラッシュ！
And you really, really need that Buster's Rush, man.
スーパーリーチ外れ後にシャッターが閉まればスーパーバスターズラッシュゴーストバスターズバトルパネルチャンスゾーンへ移行のチャンス到来
When you die, you get a button mashing game to try and get back up, but apparently if you die against Gozer and fail this game, you'll fall through the floor back into the Sedgwick Hotel dining room. That makes sense. Everyone knows Dana's apartment building, the Shandor, and the Sedgwick Hotel are the same building. I'm just not finding the logic I won this game where you knock balls around.
バスターズラッシュに突入だ
How do I avoid Buster's Rush is the real question at this point. This video keeps bringing up Reach, which is basically kind of like a mid-goal or reaching a level, I guess is the best way to explain it. There are a lot of kind of neat bits they have to the video modes on these machines though, and it's interesting all the bits from the movies they have recreated. It's a bit odd though that it seems to all mostly be Ghostbusters 1, except for the fight with the Scoleri brothers in the courtroom from Ghostbusters 2. And speaking of the second movie, who hasn't wanted to play slots on Ecto 1A's light board? They certainly seem to have a lot of ways to play the exact same game. Now, modes like tracking Slimer down in the alley look kinda cool, but I bet there isn't a lot to it gameplay-wise. Really though, the most interesting parts of this pachinko machine are everything but the actual pachinko part.
見事スライマーを退治し一躍有名になったゴーストバスターズの元にはゴースト退治の依頼が殺到
Oh yeah, I remember it's because the Ghostbusters were so popular from catching Slimers why they were requested to catch the Scoleri brothers in court. Remember how the judge requested them? Have you burned up the stake? Of course, busting the Scalaries turns into a slot game. Why wouldn't it? I also like in the Terror Dog level, apparently Egon is just casually walking across the street until he notices the giant supernatural creature crushing taxis right beside him.
長き眠りから目覚めた破壊神ゴーザ
Ray, if someone asks you if you like shit, you say yes! I don't know what line I'm referencing there, because there is no one who said anything like that.
多彩なポイントで発生する予告演出も見逃せない
Yes, gotta get that happy end by Slot Machine killing Stay Puffed. And I assume balls play some part too. In almost all the modes on the game, there seems to be a lot of button mashing and catching ghosts to get 777s on the slots. Gozer, I guess, can show up unexpectedly and pull you into a battle, or Dana Barrett can show up and throw hearts at you, which might be just as devastating, I'm not really sure.
クマが登場すれば信頼度大幅アップ
Yeah, Angry Bear Hamster is my favorite Ghostbusters character. But I mean, Nurse Joy is a close second, and of course you need a nurse in the super fun hospitalization mode. I guess sometimes, though, the healthcare workers take the day off and Dana has to show up with a get well gift instead. Guess you'd better hope they didn't have all that series of injuries on those occasions. So, I hope you enjoyed this look through of the weird promo DVD for Ghostbusters Pachinko. If you didn't, I can't really offer you any real help, so here's a get well soon gift of my favorite Ghostbusters character. Which you don't even really get, so let's all reach Buster's Rush!
I don't like this movie, doesn't look too friendly. This bootleg is so fake, that toy is gonna break. Famous, don't let me down, you need to be around. Grab that chocolate pizza, I even like it cause I want. Famous, so famous, bring on more comedy. Famous, so famous, an animation movie. Famous, so famous, what really is so fun. Famous, so famous, what's your opinion about?
かかり衝撃の渦を巻き起こす復活演出にし